All righty. Well, I think the story of the game, and we just couldn't get anything going offensively. And, the 3 and outs, the inability to win on first down inevitably put us in third and long, and the execution wasn't quite there on third down. And then we're punting the ball. I thought for the most part, especially in the first half, our defense was giving us a chance. They were getting stops in the red zone with short fields. I thought we got a little momentum going there in the third quarter. And then the 2 drives right there in the third quarter, I think kind of sealed the game with the turnover on downs and then obviously the fumble. So we got to get back to the drawing board. This was not a performance I was anticipating, but we'll find out about ourselves and what we're made of, because I really believe this one game's not going to define us, but we got work to do. That's for sure.
Thank you. Sam Conn, lead us off, please.
Hey, Coach, 333 yards rushing for Arkansas. How disappointing is that? And what did they do up front that they were able to gain that kind of yardage?
Well, I think, over time, they kind of wore us out. We couldn't sustain any drives offensively. So our defense was on the field to a point to where kind of wore out. 47 rush attempts. We never put any pressure on them to feel like they had to throw the ball. They were throwing the ball when they wanted to, but they were running the ball. They were leaning on us, and over time, runs started spitting. But again, I think part of that was we just didn't get it done offensively to take any pressure off our defense.
Brian Davis, go ahead, please.
Steve, the way that the offensive line was struggling, did you think about putting Casey in earlier? If nothing else, would you change the pace?
Yeah, I did. Again, there was a gut thing. Hindsight's 2020. Maybe you look back and do it earlier, but we did it when we did it. I was proud of Casey and the way he competed. We didn't as a team play well enough on early downs, and we put ourselves in really difficult third and long scenarios that's hard to convert 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10s consistently. And that's where we live tonight. And you're not going to win playing that way. You've got to play better on 1st and 2nd down. And we didn't do that tonight.
Nick Moyle, go ahead, please.
Yeah, Steve, obviously, it was a tough night for the offensive line.
I'm sorry, Nick. I can't hear you, buddy. I can't hear you.
Sorry. You hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, it's a little loud out here. But yeah, just wanted to ask about the offensive line. Obviously, a difficult night for them. What do you think was giving them problems throughout the game?
Well, I think this was a big physical defensive front. I think the movement that they utilized up front caused us a few issues. And the reality of it is, whatever it was, whether we'll go back and look at the tape, from a scheme standpoint, putting our players in the best position to be successful. The reality of it was we weren't tonight, and we weren't up front, and we're going to have to be better than we were tonight. Ability to run the football, especially when they played the style of defense that they played, where they borderline dared us to run the ball, and we just couldn't run it enough effectively on early downs.
Chip Brown, please.
Steve, what is the situation with the quarterbacks going forward?
Pretty early to ask that question. We'll have to take a look at it.
Anwar, go ahead, please.
Coach, you guys did a really good job tackling in week 1. It seemed like there was a little bit more missed tackles. What do you think contributed to some of those breakdowns?
Well, I thought we were tackling pretty good early on. Again, I think fatigue set in. I think, I don't think there was a lack of fight or effort, but inevitably, tougher people to get on the ground. And these guys, they had a good change of pace with a smaller back to a bigger back to the quarterback. And we knew what this game was going to be. This was going to be a big, physical game. They were going to try to lean on us. And they were able to do it. And inevitably we started to miss those tackles. We started to have some breakdowns and some things started to spit out. So We've going to have to be better moving forward. That's for sure.
Kirk Bowles, please.
Yeah, Steve, you mentioned this wasn't the type of performance you anticipated. Are you in a little bit of a shock about how Arkansas was able to dominate you tonight?
I'm sorry. I can't hear great. One more time.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were a little bit shocked that Arkansas was able to dominate the game like they were most of the night.
Unfortunately, I don't know how much of it was what they did as opposed to what we didn't do. And, they're a good football team. I think Sam's done a nice job with their team. But, I think the majority of what happened was we didn't play great. We weren't locked in as the way we were from an assignment standpoint up front blocking. We didn't execute great in the pass game. We had some mishaps that we didn't have last week. Clearly, we dropped the snap on a punt. Just things happened in this game that we didn't have to deal with last week. And so, there's always your concern when you go on the road in a hostile environment at night of keeping your temperament of your team right so that you can go out and perform and execute. And clearly that didn't happen tonight. So that's the thing that is probably the most disappointing, that we've got to make sure that we get back right moving forward.
Danny Davis, please.
Steve, I don't know if you believe in the concept of momentum or not, but did you feel that the team lost anything on that defensive drive after you guys pulled within 16-7?
Well, they popped a couple runs right there and got down and went and scored. Felt like we were going to come right back. And then again, the next two series were really the key where, we have the turnover on down and the fumble with Hudson right there. So, I think we got some momentum, obviously with the interception by BJ. We went and punched it in. We momentum started to get in our favor, but they got it back, and then they kind of captured the game moving forward after that.
Joe, go ahead again, please.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
When their three-man rush is able to disrupt your pass and run game as much as they were tonight, what are some of the things that you try to do, and what did you try to do in response to that?
Well, you just try to run some things that you think the guys believe in and that they're good at, whether it's specific run schemes or protections. We were just a little jittery for whatever reason. There were. I don't think it was about the looks that we weren't prepared for them. We just didn't play to our standard and to our capability. So you try to settle them down by doing things that they're comfortable with to kind of calm the nerves a little bit. Unfortunately, it was a little bit too late.
Brian Davis again.
Steve, going back to the offense in the first half, though, a lot of people are just going to look at it as, well, they're going to say, well, Hudson played whatever. But was it a Hudson issue, or was it a line issue in the numbers up front, in the way Arkansas was coming?
Well, I think it was a combination of everything. I just don't think we didn't play very good as a football team, especially an offensive football team in the first half. I thought we had some opportunities that we weren't able to take advantage of. We missed a couple plays that I think could have helped us. The one to Jordan Whittington in the end zone was a little bit behind him. Then we went deep again to Whittington, and he wasn't able to pull it in. We had the missed field goal. There were just things in the game that we didn't create the momentum to get it back in our favor. Now, could we have blocked better? No question. Could Hudson have maybe played better? Sure, he could have. Could we have ran better routes? Yes. So everybody, takes a part in this thing, coaches included, that we got to get back to work and understand that the way we played tonight was not good enough for us to win. And so, what are we going to do moving forward to ensure that we put ourselves in position to be in a winning position in the fourth quarter next week?
Two last ones for Coach. Terry Middleton, please, first.
Coach Sarkisian, thank you for being here. It's a tough loss. Like you said, you have to go back to the drawing board on this, but was there anything about the game tonight that was good? Was there a silver lining? Did some of the teams perform as planned or up to your standard, or, you know what I'm saying? Was there something good about the play tonight, or a team that did pretty well that you could say, yes, I
Well,
like this
like I
part?
said, in the first half, I was really proud of our defense and able to get stops when the offense just wasn't playing great. You know, I thought our guys battled, they competed, they forced field goals, even on some short fields after the muff snap on the punt. So that was a positive. And then on the flip side, I thought late in the game, you know, offensively, the guys battled, they competed, and really as a team. You know, I don't think we ever, you know, we never waved the white flag. Guys battled and guys competed, and that's a good sign moving forward.
Last one for Coach Chip Brown. Go ahead, please.
Steve, what were you seeing from Hudson on those first 9 possessions that kept you sticking with them?
Well, like I said, it's not about just the game. It's about the work you put in throughout the week. I thought Hudson had a good week of work. You know, it's easy to point the finger at the quarterback when things don't go good, and it's easy to point the finger at the quarterback when things are going great and praise him. At the end of the day, there's 11 guys on the field that have to perform collectively, and we didn't get it done tonight.